Next segment.
What is this segment that we are in? Oh, yeah. It's my favorite CDs or albums that came out and your favorite TV shows. You didn't even think about that, did you?
I have a short list.
Cool. You can go first, and then I'll talk about some music.
I don't watch a lot of TV.
No?
No.
No?
I mean...
You watch more than I do.
I watched the Marvel Netflix series when they come out, right? Like, when did Daredevil come out? Was that last year?
No, that was this year.
That was this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so Daredevil was badass then.
Yeah, I think that was this year. Let's find
I
out.
don't fucking remember.
Yep.
Okay,
April.
cool.
Yeah, that was good.
Really? Only in April?
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Shit. Seems like so long ago now. Yeah, April 2015?
Yep.
Huh, interesting. Anyway, yeah, so, like, Daredevil and Jessica Jones, both of those were great. I enjoyed them immensely. David Tennant is fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm. I haven't even finished Daredevil yet, so I haven't gone to Jessica Jones.
Oh, man. I recommend you do, because they're actually really good.
I actually totally forgot. So I'll do that.
Other than that, I started watching the Muppets. The new Muppet series. Yeah. I've been enjoying it. I've actually really, like, some people are like, what is the point of this? Right?
There's a lot of point.
Well, exactly. There is no point. That is the point of it. There's no point.
Yeah.
But, I've really been enjoying just kind of seeing the Muppets sort of back in their element, but slightly less kid friendly.
Yeah.
Right? So, taking more chances, throwing in more adult oriented tones and whatnot. Mm-hmm. Before you would never see the Muppets go to a bar and get drunk.
Yeah.
Right? In the show you do, and you see them like rock some karaoke, which is
That's
great.
awesome.
Like the Swedish Chef does Rapper's Delight, which is amazing, right? So yeah, that show has just been good fun. What else? I saw the first episode of what's it called, Into the Badlands, I think it is.
No idea.
I don't know, something about some dude with a sword kicking some ass. I don't know. It looked.
That sounds alright.
I mean, it didn't really grab me.
Yeah.
Right. I'm probably gonna go watch more of it, but hoping that maybe it'll become the next thing I want to watch. But like, it didn't really stick with me when I watched it.
Yeah.
Right. So I don't know. We'll see how that goes. It was all right though.
Other than that, you're watching X-Files.
Yeah, other than that, I've just been rewatching X-Files because I think it's this month now, actually.
January, really?
I think. That's worth checking into, because I know it's coming soon. I know it's this year that the new episodes of the X-Files are coming out. There's only going to be 6 of them. You're gonna want... Hold on, yeah. The X-Files miniseries.
January 24th.
Yep, it's this month.
Wow.
So I've got 2 seasons left to watch before then.
Easy peasy.
Oh yeah, totally. Because yeah, I've just been rewatching the entire series just to kind of get myself re-caught up, because I fucking loved that show when I was younger, right?
How many seasons? There was 10?
9.
9?
This is technically season 10 coming up.
Right.
Right?
Wasn't David Duchovny out of it by season 7?
I think I can't remember if it was season 8 and 9 or just season 9 that he wasn't around for.
Right.
But, yeah, they had some other agents take over. Like they had
Agent Doggett. I remember that because it was a weird name.
Agent John Doggett, yeah, played by fucking Robert Patrick.
That's right.
The T-1000 shows up and he's an FBI agent.
Of course.
Yeah, no, and yeah, so that was a thing that happened. But they still had David Duchovny even the very last episode of the series, right?
Yeah.
He still popped in from time to time.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like when they put Richard Dean Anderson on a bus in the later seasons of Stargate. He was gone, but he kept popping back every once in a while.
I don't think I remember how far I got into Stargate.
Oh, okay.
I think I watched like 6 seasons.
Okay, because yeah, season 9 and 10 he's not there for, but...
Really?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, they have a new guy leading SG-1.
Who was it?
Anyone? Ben Browder.
Hmm.
You ever watch Farscape?
Nope.
Okay, because he's the dude from that.
Oh.
Which is funny because they also had his co-star from that, Claudia Black, showed up in about season 8, I think.
That always happens.
Yeah. And so then people were calling it Fargate for a while. And it was a thing. But so I've been watching a lot of that. And then, like I said, you've got your Marvel Netflix series, you get your Muppets. Of course, I've been keeping up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because that show, I like the way it sort of weaves in and out of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yeah.
So much fun. Agent Carter's coming back soon. Looking forward to that. So that's going to be pretty good.
Actually, something that I think I want to do is rewatch all the Marvel movies before Civil War comes out. Civil War is the first Marvel one, right? Mm-hmm. This year?
Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah. But also watch S.H.I.E.L.D. with it and watch Daredevil with it. And has Jessica Jones like tied in any little... No, not even any references? No, that's kind
of... Just to Daredevil.
Oh, okay.
Because in one of the episodes, like... In Daredevil, he starts getting Rosario Dawson to help him out. She's like a nurse, and she, begins helping him out. And then in like the last episode of Jessica Jones, she shows up and is helping them out now.
Right.
So, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I got a friend who does this kind of stuff. You guys should meet up with him."
Right.
And kind of hinting at what is to come.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm looking forward to the next installment. It's gonna be good.
Cool. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Daredevil and all that with the new movies and the old movies.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and the thing about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is like it started out in sort of a dead period, right?
Yeah, so it's really slow.
Yeah. It starts off. It's a real slow burn because it starts in the area just before Winter Soldier.
Right.
And when Winter Soldier happens and there's big changes for S.H.I.E.L.D., that's when the entire show starts to really kick off and take on the life that it has.
So I should start S.H.I.E.L.D. between, is it Iron Man 3 and
I think
Winter
so.
Soldier? Yeah.
There's a chronology. We can look it up later. Anyway, but yeah, that's definitely something to do.
Yeah.
So, okay, what were your favorite albums this year? Because I only listened to one album from this year. I only own one album from this year, and that's Ninja Sex Party's Attitude City, which, by the way, is fucking awesome.
It is awesome. It's not on my list, but it's awesome.
I have a signed copy of that. I'm really happy.
My music goes back to when I was in high school, and I was super pop punk emo guy. I was never like emo the way people.
Did you shop at Hot Topic?
I do now.
I do too. That's where I bought this.
Ah.
It's the only thing I've bought at Hot Topic ever. But I bought this at Hot Topic just because it is a Dom and I collect Doms.
So 3 of my favorite bands released albums this year. And then one was one of my favorite bands' side projects. And then a new band. Number 5 is the Early November, which for the longest time was my favorite band right out of high school.
That would explain the t-shirt.
Oh yeah, Early November. You can't see it because of my computer, but it says Early November. Yeah, the new album Imbue, very different from their other stuff, but still maintaining their sort of. It's all the lead guy. It's like all him, so it maintains his thought processes in it, so that's kind of cool. And same with number 4, his side project called I Can Make a Mess, released an album called, I guess it's called #Hoorayath. And Hoorayath is actually a really interesting word. It means longing or homesickness for a place that you cannot go back to, which is it's a really cool word. I like that word. And that's a really great album too. Like I haven't listened to them both a whole lot because I've actually been listening to the top 3 a lot more, but I do really enjoy those two. Number 3 is my actual favorite band now, Frank Turner. He released a album called Positive Songs for Negative People, which is exactly what it is. They're really like sort of happy sounding songs that aren't really that happy when you listen to them, and it's kind of interesting that way. And he's awesome and British and like has a history in like metal and like hardcore stuff. So like now he's like this acoustic rocker. And yeah, that's great.
All right,
and
cool.
It comes out like his punk, like hardcore stuff comes out in his acoustic music. Hey Ben.
Hey. Supper's ready.
Oh, cool. Well, we'll be there after this segment probably.
Yeah.
All right.
Record.
Thanks for food.
Okay.
Second one is Time Spent Driving, another band that broke up a long time ago. I think 2003. They had like one album and one EP, and they came back like 15 years later and released a friggin' awesome album. Like right back into what they sounded like before. And it's super good. It's called Past and Presence, and I'll probably put a link or something down for all these.
I love when a band comes back after so long apart and it's like they haven't skipped a fucking beat.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like when Sabbath reunited with Ozzy for their album 13.
Yeah.
It sounds like I put on a new song for some people who knew some old Sabbath. I was like, when do you figure this song was? And they're like, oh man, that's Sabbath? They got Ozzy with them? Oh, it's got to be like, 70 whatever. And I'm like, try 2013. And they're like, what?
Yeah.
Because it just sounds so much like fucking old Sabbath. Right?
Yeah. The thing about this though, like, it's so much better. Because back in like the early 2000s, recording high quality was like super expensive.
Yeah.
And it still is super expensive if you go on like top tier. But you can make great sounding music way cheaper now.
Oh yeah.
And so like obviously these like small pop punk bands or whatever, they're not forking out $10,000 to make an album, $20,000.
Right.
Now they're like a couple $1,000 gets them much more than it did from their old stuff. So you get like the same sound and the same ideas that they had, but it sounds so much better now because like their money goes so much further, which is something that really hit me hard with this Time Spent Driving because like they were a very small band. The whole album made it onto I want to say it was Amped or 1080 Snowboarding on the original Xbox. Entire album is on the soundtrack. Yeah. And that's where most people found them. So they have like some thousands of fans, but like, not more than that. And and this new album hardly skips a beat. Super good. And the number one album that I have this year is like super like 2000s emo, like early 2000s. Like this one could have just legitimately been straight out of 2000s. It sounds old and it sounds like it's super just like, I don't know how to describe it. Like early Jimmy Eat World mixed with like Brand New. I don't know if you know Brand New at all. Probably not. But it feels like that, and it's super good. It's called, their name is The Hotel Year, and it actually used to be The Hotel Year, but apparently that made it too hard for them to like Google search. So they actually changed it to Hotelier. So it's like Hotelier. Pronounced the same, spelled differently. And the album's called Home Like No Places There. And it's super awesome.
What, did they let Yoda write the fucking title?
I know, right? It makes no sense. And no place is one word.
Home like no places there.
Indeed. But yeah, I'm loving all 5 of these albums. They're super good. And they're super early 2000s emo. Like early Jimmy Eat World stuff. And it's great. And it's been a good year for music for me.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yep, and I think that segment, and we're going to go eat food. Do you know what we're having?
Let's go find out.
Yeah. Bye!